Hey you guys again. Um, yeah, how's it going? So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Augustus, and I help people with their social skills, so basically they can become their true self in life. And today I kind of want to tackle on this topic of kind of really relearning your identity, and especially in this world, and how that really affects our emotions and sometimes our lack of passion or we feeling demotivated. Because this has to be really addressed in my opinion, because it's so impactful into our daily lives and how we feel about ourselves, and how sometimes we have like these uh, unrealistic expectations about what the human life or what we can achieve. So it's kind of weird, but let me jump into the topic. When we're talking about identity, this part is really scary for me because right now we're in a generation where we're raised up and where the social media is so integrated with our lives that we see our value and our self-worth a lot in the things that we do. Sometimes it's Instagram pictures, sometimes it's how fun or how much likes we have. And all these different indicators are our value and our self-worth in how other people sees us. And that's really scary because when other people takes that away, then like are you just gonna plummet? Like, is our self-esteem going to drop with no reason and we feel horrible about ourselves as a person? I feel like that has to be something that needs to be addressed, because like you are not your pictures, you are not your perfect food meals that you eat per day, you are not your talents, you are not your amazing body. Like that's not who you are. You are you as a person, and sometimes we have to really come back and separate that, because when whatever that word self-worth is taken away, that is when our emotions and that is when our self-worth starts to drop and disappear out of thin air, because like that's what we've been predicated our whole self-esteem on. And when you take that away, we lose all motivation. We feel like we lose all value in this life, especially in the social world. And we never really had um, a fall that huge where basically we don't know what to do with our lives because we no longer have an identity, because our whole identity is predicated on how the world sees us. So I feel like a huge portion of this video is about us really having to relearn what our identity really is, because we can be identified with our work, and when the work is gone, what do? We can be identified with our partners, and when our partners separate, suddenly we like break up with them, and now your whole life is messed up because you no longer identify with that person, and that person has been in your life for so long. So here, and I guess a lot of times we drop into the place of apathy and demotivation. Life sucks. I don't want to do anything anymore. Now let's get into how do we exactly go about relearning our identity. I feel like there's a lot of different ways, but one of the ways that I feel like I personally think it's pretty good is you basically sitting and doing nothing until you can really um, get your natural desires and your natural needs being like coming up on you, coming up inside of you. Like learning to do things by yourself and learning to fulfill your own needs and learn what you want as a person. I feel like that's the very foundations of what identity is. Because like, let's say if someone just broke up with me and I'm here, I'm devastated. Like, wow, shoot, life sucks, and it's been 3, 4 years, and I can't get around to this. I can't get over the fact that this person's not in my life anymore. And my self-esteem is completely destroyed because I always saw myself with that person, and so much of my self-worth is tied with that person. Now, what I should be doing within these 3-4 years is really looking back at myself and seeing who exactly am I as a person. Like, what do I want? I'm not just doing things because I'm going along with other people. What are my needs? What are my desires? And I'm not really saying that you should go like super selfish and be like, oh shoot, wow, it's all about me, me, me. But it's more so being aware of your own needs. Like, you are a person, you have worth, you have you're a human being too. You should not be neglected. So you have to be aware of your own needs and have that set on par with the needs of other people. Respect your own needs. And a lot of this relearning your identity comes from understanding who you are as a person. And honestly, you can really only do this when you really sit down, put yourself away from all the distractions, your phone, your video games, or work commitments, and just sit and really think about what exactly is it that you want. And like, even if it's like a piece of chocolate, or you like going around and visit scenic places, it can be very simple things, but all these things really helps piece up together and rebuild yourself as a person. And in this present society, the pace is so fast that you really just have to sit down and think about what exactly do you want and who exactly am I as a person. And that will determine the road that you'll go on in the future. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Relearning your identity, and this really dictates where your future path will be 5-10 years, and you're not just constantly thinking about the present and oh shoot, like, what am I gonna eat tomorrow. But that is it. I will talk to you guys next time. Hope do you guys have comments in terms of like, what exactly do you think about your sense of identity, and are we really moving too fast? Yeah, but take care.